Have a good day, everyone. I'm Annalisa S. Victoriano, and today I will be presenting a report of effects of motivation on effort. So this topic is highly relevant in both educational and professional setting. We're understanding what drives people to put in effort can significantly influence performance and success. So, the goal of this presentation is to explore how motivation, whether it's internal or external, can impact the amount of effort an individual puts into a task. So, what are motivation and effort? So, let us first define the two main concepts of this report, the motivation and the effort. So, in motivation, when we say motivation, it is the driving force behind our actions, the reason we do, and what we do. So, motivation, it refers to the internal or external factors that stimulate a person's desire to act or accomplish a goal. So it can be intrinsic, such as a personal satisfaction or interest, or extrinsic, like rewards or the recognition. So on the other hand, no, so effort is the amount naman, or ibig sabihin no, effort is the amount of energy and dedication we put into a task. So in effort, this is the physical or mental energy no a person applies toward completing a task. So these two are closely connected because motivation often determines how much effort a person is willing to exert. So the relationship between motivation and effort. So motivation is significantly influences the level of effort we exert, and understanding this is key, or this is the key to success. Now let's talk about the two types of motivation. So first, intrinsic motivation. So in intrinsic motivation, it is the doing something because you enjoy it. So find it interesting or it's personally rewarding. So, in intrinsic motivation, this is when you do something because you enjoy it and find it interesting or feels personally rewarding. So, the result is usually increased effort and persistence and higher quality work. Okay, for example, you clean your room because you enjoy having a tiny space and it makes you feel good. So, the motivation comes from within or comes within you. So, the feeling or your feeling is so satisfaction. So, if you are intrinsically motivated, you tend to work harder, stick with tasks longer, and produce better results. So, this is because you're engaged and passionate about what you're doing. So, that is intrinsic motivation. Now, let's talk about the second type of motivation, which is the extrinsic motivation. So, in extrinsic motivation, it is doing something for external rewards. It's either money or praise or to avoid punishment. It's also different from intrinsic motivation because extrinsic motivation means you do something to get an external reward. Sabi ko nga like money or a praise or to avoid the punishment. Or in the other hand, you're motivated by something outside yourself, not by the inherent satisfaction of the task itself. Or, for example, studying hard for a test to get a good grade. So, ano bang ginagawa nyo para makakuha ng mataas na grado? Usually, 'di ba, you doing study hard for from reviewing ganon. So, or cleaning your room to avoid being rounded. That is avoiding punishment. So what is the effect of extrinsic motivation on effort? So while extrinsic motivation can increase effort, it has drawbacks. So the focus tends to be short term, just enough to get the reward or avoid the punishment. So if the rewards are unfair or seem impossible to achieve, suddenly it can lead to demotivation. So people may lose interest in the task once the external incentive is gone. So in short, it's extrinsic motivation. It relies on outside factors to drive the action. So unlike intrinsic motivation kasi is driven by internal satisfaction. So always remember that extrinsic motivation is the outside factors. So, in intrinsic motivation naman, it's comes within or the internal satisfaction. So, while effective in short term, it might not foster long-term engagement or passion for the task. So now let's talk about the factors influencing motivation. So the factor influencing motivation, it's divided into two categories. So in first column, it is the personal factors. So these are internal to the individual. So they include your values, your goal, and also your self-efficacy, or what we call believe in your own abilities. So these are things within or within you that affect how motivated you feel. So while in the other columns, which is the situational factors, so in situational factors, these are external influences. So they include your leadership style, your work environment, and the available resources. So these are things, the outside you that affect your motivation. So in essence, your motivation isn't just about who you are. So, si motivation, hindi lang siya mismo nanggagaling sa'yo or in your personal factors, but also about your circumstances, kung ano yung nasa kapaligiran mo, kung ano yung nakikita mo, at kung ano yung pwedeng maka-influence sa'yo. So, that is situational factors. So, yung dalawang ito is a crucial role in how driven you are to achieve something. Okay, now let's talk about the motivation and the performance. So, this slide, it summarizes the relationship between motivation and performance. It states, so first, the positive correlation. So, in positive correlation, it is a generally higher motivation leads to better performance. So, ano nga bang ibig sabihin na to? So, when we say positive correlation, it is means that as motivation increases. So, if you are a positive person, it's possible na mas maging mataas or mas tumaas pa yung motivation mo or yung motivation mo for your performance stance para mas ma-improve pa. What we say, the positive correlations, if you have positive thinker, it is possible to help your motivation increases to your performance tends to improve. So how about the other factors? So however, your skills, your abilities, and your opportunities also play a role. So it is significantly impact performance. So motivation alone isn't enough. You need the skills and resources to succeed, diba? So sabi nga, if you are a motivated person but you lack of skills. So, hindi mo makakamit yung pagiging successful in the future kung hindi ka kumikilos, no? If without your skills and resource to succeed. The third one is balance is key. So, when we say balance is a key, it's a blend of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So, yung pinagsamang intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So, sabi, it is a balance is key. So, is deal for sustained high performance. So, combinations of intrinsic, when we say intrinsic again, it is a internal drive or it comes within. While in extrinsic, it is external reward. So, ito yung mga maaari nating matanggap, no? So, in motivation is best for consistently high performance. So, by relying solely on one type of motivation may not be sustainable. And now let's talk about the practical applications. So practical applications of motivation theory, it is dividing into two areas, which is the motivating employees and personal growth. So, in motivating employees, this section focuses on strategies for boosting employee motivation within a workplace setting. So, the key actions include the providing opportunities for growth. So, offering training, development programs, and advancement opportunities helps employees feels valued and invested in their long-term career uh, prospect. The second one, key action naman is the offering rewards and recognition. So dito naman is acknowledging and rewarding good work both financially and through praise. It is essential for reinforcing positive behaviors and boosting morale. The last one naman is a creative, a positive work environment. So dito naman, a supportive, collaborative, and respectful work environment can significantly contributes to employee engagement and the motivation. So let's talk about naman into personal growth. So this section shifts the focus to self-motivation and personal development. So here are the key actions. First one, setting challenging goals. So, in setting challenging goals is establishing ambitious yet attainable goals, provides a sense of purpose and directions, driving individuals to work towards something meaningful. The next one is finding enjoyable activities. So, it's engaging in tasks that align with one's interests and talents, increases intrinsic motivation, and makes the process itself more rewarding. And the last one is the focusing on strengths. So it concentrating on areas where one excels, builds the confidence and the competence. It's fostering a positive feedback loop that enhances the motivation. So in essence, the motivation can be effectively applied both in organizational setting for motivating employees or to become the employees is more or improve or increase their motivation and in personal context, which is the personal growth. So through strategic actions or the strategic action design, it is to foster a sense of purpose, accomplishment, and well-being. Now that we've explored this practical application, I encourage you to reflect on your own motivational strategies, identify areas for improvement, experiment with new techniques, and observe the impact on your performance and the performance of those around you. So the journey to enhance motivation is ongoing process of learning and refinement. So before I end my report, let's reiterate the pivotal role motivation plays in determining both our effort and our overall performance. No, it's not merely a factor; it's a crucial element that significantly impact our success by actively fostering and encouraging motivations. We pave the way for improved outcomes across all aspects of our lives, personally, professionally, and socially. And always remember this key message of motivation is the engine driving our efforts and performance. So let's actively cultivate motivation in ourselves and those around us to achieve better outcomes in all areas of life. So that's all my report. And I hope you learned something today. Thank you so much for your listening and God bless you all.